Being mistreated by the people closest to you can feel confusing and painful. You expect understanding from friends and loyalty from family, and when those expectations are broken, it forces you to question what really happened. In many cases, their behavior was not truly about you. Your independence may have made them uncomfortable. Your growth may have reminded them of changes that they were not ready to make themselves. And sometimes people react poorly when someone close to them begins to evolve. This is not an excuse for what happened, but it explains why it occurred. There are moments in life when you begin to understand why certain people treated you the way they did. And for a long time, their behavior may have seemed confusing. You showed them loyalty, you gave them kindness, you supported them when they needed encouragement. Yet, instead of appreciating your presence, some of them responded with jealousy, distance, or quiet hostility. What they struggled to admit, even to themselves, was that they sensed something rare within you. A light, a strength of character, a spirit that could not easily be shaken. This kind of presence could not be purchased, copied, or learned from a book. It is something formed through faith, through experiences, and through a heart that chooses goodness even after hardship. But people who live from insecurity often struggle when they encounter somebody like that, because recognizing your light would require them to acknowledge something about themselves. It would require humility. And many people prefer comparison over humility. They want to feel superior. They want to believe that they hold a higher position. So instead of acknowledging your value, they try something else. They minimize you. They question you. They attempt to make you doubt yourself. Your kindness, which came from sincerity, was interpreted as weakness. Your patience was mistaken for something that they could exploit. And for a time, they tried to dim the light that they could not understand. But something important happened. Despite the pressure, despite the attempts to discourage you, your spirit remained intact. You felt pain at times because you are human. But each time life knocked you down, you found the strength to stand again. And each time you stood again, your light grew stronger. Now those same people who observed you from a distance, they see your confidence returning. They see the peace that you carry. They see the respect that others give you naturally. And quietly, some of them realize the truth. They misjudged someone who was far stronger than they imagined. Your life is no longer centered on proving anything to them. The chapter with those people has already closed. Your focus now is simply to continue walking forward with the peace that comes from knowing who you are. I'd like to end this message with a parable. A lantern once hung in the center of a dark room. At first, the shadows around it grew irritated. The light exposed everything. Dust in the corners, cracks in the wall, imperfections that long been hidden. So the shadows tried to surround the lantern. They whispered that the glow was too bright. They told it to dim itself so the room could return to comfort. But the lantern continued to shine. And as it did, more people began entering the room, grateful for the light that allowed them to see clearly. Eventually, the shadows realized something that they had not understood before. The light was never their enemy. It was simply revealing what was always there. The lesson? People who feel threatened by someone's character often try to diminish what they cannot possess. But genuine light cannot be taken away by criticism or jealousy. In time, it reveals itself naturally, and those who once tried to dim it are left to witness the very brightness that they refuse to acknowledge. And that's it for this message. I'd like to thank everybody who made it to the end of the video. I'm truly honored by your support. If this message resonated with you at all, please consider dropping a comment, giving me some feedback, hitting the like button, and subscribing. It's been ChrisAnesti, and until next time, take care and have a good one.